Good morning one and all. Today I am going to teach about oscillators. Okay. So here we are going to study about the oscillators. Before we are going to study about the oscillator, we have to know the Barkhausen criterion. The condition for Barkhausen, that is a system which needs to be which should be in oscillation should satisfy the Barkhausen criterion. Okay. This Barkhausen criterion means the closed loop gain of the system, that is the A beta, the factor A beta. The phase of the closed loop gain should be the multiple of 2 pi. Okay, the phase of the closed loop gain should be multiple of 2 pi, and the magnitude of closed loop gain should be equal to unity, that is magnitude of A beta should be equal to unity, that should be is equal to 1. Okay, this is the condition for Barkhausen criterion. So we have many types of oscillators, that is LC oscillator, RC oscillators. In LC oscillators we have Hartley oscillator, Colpitts oscillator, Clapp oscillator. In RC oscillator we have RC phase shift oscillator and Wien-Bridge oscillator. Today we are going to study about RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, this RC phase shift oscillator has one resistance, okay, and three RC network. This is the RC network, and this is the operational amplifier, and this is the feedback resistance. Okay, here the op-amp is used in the inverting mode to produce 180-degree phase shift. Okay, this op-amp is used in the inverting mode to produce 180-degree phase shift, and other additional 180-degree phase shift is provided by the feedback RC network. Okay, feedback RC network. So the total phase shift is 360-degree. Okay, so here the feedback network consists of 3 identical RC stages. Okay, each RC stages produces 60-degree phase shift. Okay, here the feedback network consists of 3 RC identical stages which provides 60-degree phase shift. So we have totally 360-degree phase shift. Okay, so here we can see this diagram, this equivalent circuit. In order to get the equation, in order to apply the KVL equation, we are writing this circuit into this equivalent diagram. So first you have to apply KVL in the first loop. When you are applying KVL in the first loop, you will get first loop, that is you apply here. So I1 in this loop, first loop is this one, this is the second loop, this is the third loop. So I1 into R1 plus 1 by SC minus I2 into R, that is equal to V0. Here the voltage is V0. In the second loop when you are applying, you will have minus I1 into R plus I2 into 2R plus 1 by SC. This capacitance you can take in as 1 by SC minus I3 into R, this one, that is equal to 0. In third loop you will get this loop, so 0 minus, here the value is nothing, 0, so 0 minus I2 into R plus I3 into 2R plus 1 by SC, that is equal to VF. Okay, this VF. So VF is equal to, last equation VF is equal to I3 into R. Okay, so you put these 3 equations in the matrix form. Okay, so first column fill this I1 values, second column fill the I2 value, third column fill the that is first row, that is I1, I2, I3. This column is for I1, this column is for I2, this column is for I3. So R plus 1 by SC minus R, I3 value is here 0, so 0. Second one, this equation minus R into 2R plus 1 by SC minus R, this R. Okay, third equation, here I1 value is 0, so 0 minus R into 2R plus 1 by SC, that is equal to V0, in right hand side we have the values V0, 0, Vf. Now you can find the determinant value, that is by Cramer's rule. I3 is equal to del 3 divided by del. I3 is equal to del 3 divided by del. I2 is equal to del 2 divided by del. So we need to find the value of del. In order to find the value of del, we have to suppress this first row and first column, and then by ordinary matrix multiplication we can find this value. So when you are suppressing this first row and first column, you multiply these values and you will get del is equal to r cube s cube c cube plus 5r sc plus 6r square s square c square plus 1 divided by s cube c cube. Next we have to find I3. I3 formula is del 3 divided by del. So we are going to find del 3. Okay, del 3 divided by del. So we are going to find del. Now we are going to find the value of del 3. So in order to find the value of del 3, replace the third column by the values V0, 0, V5. That is the right hand side, the equation, KVL equation in the right hand side values. Okay, so del 3 is equal to, in order to find the del 3 matrix value, you have to suppress the first row and first column. Next only you can do the ordinary matrix multiplication. Okay, so del 3 is equal to r square Vf s square c square plus 3r Vf into sc plus Vf plus V naught s square r square c square divided by s square c square. Next we have to find the value of I3. I3 is equal to del 3 divided by del. So del 3 divided by del means already we have find the value of del. So del 3 divided by del is equal to r cube Vf s cube c cube plus 3r Vf s square c square plus Vf sc plus V naught r square s cube c cube divided by r cube s cube c cube plus 5r sc plus 6r square s square c square plus 1. Next, in the next step, substitute the value of feedback voltage as 0. So I3 is equal to, substitute Vf is equal to 0 in the above equation. So I3 is equal to V naught r square s cube c cube divided by r cube s cube c cube plus 5r sc plus 6r square plus s square into c square plus 1. Now we have to find the feedback factor beta. Beta is equal to Vf divided by V naught. So divide the values. So you will get V naught divided by. Now you can divide this RSC in denominator and both in numerator. So you will get V naught divided by 1 plus, that is divide numerator and denominator by r cube s cube c cube. So you will get 1 plus 6 divided by SCR plus 5 divided by s square r square c square plus 1 by s cube c square r cube. Now substitute the value of s equal to j omega, s square is equal to minus omega square and s cube equal to minus j omega cube. So substitute these values in this equation in the place of s square and s cube. So you will get beta is equal to 1 by 1 plus 6 divided by j omega rc minus 5 divided by omega square r square c square minus 1 by j omega cube r cube c cube. Here we know that alpha is equal to 1 by omega rc. So substitute the value of alpha in the place of 1 by r omega c. So you will get beta is equal to 1 by 1 minus 5 alpha square plus j alpha into minus alpha square plus 6. Here we know that the oscillation, that is we should satisfy the feedback factor that is the loop gain should satisfy the Barkhausen criterion. So A beta, for A beta is equal to 1 means the beta value should be real. So equating that imaginary value to 0, you will get alpha is equal to 6 minus alpha square is equal to 0. So alpha is equal to square root of 6. So when alpha is equal to square root of 6, 1 by omega RC is equal to 1 by square root of 6. So the value of F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC into square root of 6. So substitute alpha square is equal to 6 in the beta. So beta value is equal to minus 1 by 29. That is modulus of beta is equal to 1 by 29. Okay. So 1 by 29, that is modulus of beta is 1 by 29 means modulus of A beta should be less than or equal to 1. Here the negative sign indicates that the feedback network produces a phase shift of 180 degrees. Okay. This negative sign indicates that the feedback network produces a phase shift of 180 degree. Here for sustained oscillation, the value of modulus of A should be greater than or equal to 29. Okay. So this is all about RC phase shift oscillator. Next we are going to study about clipper and clamper. Okay. Clipper means it is used to remove or cut off the desired portion from the input signal. This operation is done by a precision diode. Okay. Here we have two types of clipper, that is positive clipper and negative clipper. In positive clipper, the diode operates in forward direction, in the forward bias direction. Negative clipper, the diode operates in the reverse biased direction. Okay. So next we are going to study about the clamper. This clamper is also known as DC inserter. Okay. This clamper is also known as DC inserter or restorer. Okay. It is used to add a desired DC level to the output voltage. Okay. This clamper is used to add a desired DC level to the output voltage. That is, the output is clamped to a desired DC level. Okay. The output is clamped to a desired DC level. Here also we have positive clamper and the negative clamper. In positive clamper, the DC level is positive, and in the negative clamper, the DC level is negative. That is, there are two types of clamper, positive clamper and negative clamper. In clipper also we have positive clipper and negative clipper also. That's all. Thank you.